It is news of common people. UNIQLO, Yanai family annual dividend of 35.2 billion yen. I will tell you. Fast retailing, which develops casual clothing, UNIQLO, will be promoted to the board of directors at the general shareholders meeting scheduled to be held on November 29. Mr. Masayoshi Yanai, the eldest son, Mr. Iki, and his second son, Mr. Yasuharu, Mr. and Mr. are currently the group executive officer of Fastly. Mr. Yanai is the only internal director of Fastly, and there are 5 other outside directors. In this personnel affair, the Chief Financial Officer, CFO, the Senior Executive Officer, and the Group Senior Executive Officers are also promoted to directors. It is the first time in 10 years that the company places internal directors in addition to Mr. Yanai since 2008. I will not rate on absolutely Mr. Yanai, who declared so far. This personnel affair may be accepted as a mission to the hereditary Mr. Yanai on this point. It does not mean that the two will become managers. It means that corporate governance, will benefit even if I am not, emphasized on the 11th of October at the closing press conference held in Tokyo. Mr. Yanai has always explained that the eldest son and the second son will serve as the company's basis from the standpoint of the chairman and vice president, rather than executing management. However, promotion of the eldest son and the second son as a director is also a view of insurance when he fails in selecting successors. Until now, Mr. Yanai has failed for every successor's choice. Mr. Yanai has been thinking about scouting people from large enterprises and placing it as a successor, but Mr. Yanai later left Mr. Yanai. The reason why large enterprises have escaped from Fastly is said to be the Yanai Shoten, which is named listed company itself, former UNIQLO executive. The largest and strongest family company in Japan. Of the top 10 major shareholders, 9 people, company, excluding owned shares, are Mr. Yanai's family. TTY, the 4th largest Dutch nationality, was transferred Fastly shares owned by Mr. Yanai. The aim is to implement social contribution activities globally for a permanent and broad global basis with dividend as the primary resource, but in fact there is also pointed out that it is tax-saving measures. There is a capital participation exemption system in the Netherlands, and if the company holds more than 5% of the outstanding shares, the dividend and gain on sale are exempt. Fastly's dividend for the fiscal year ending August 18 is 440 yen per share. The dividend received by TTYAI is 2,336.4 million yen. Because this is tax-exempt, Mr. Yanai does not have to pay tax in Japan for this dividend. 7th Fight and Step and 10th Mastermind is Yanai's asset management company. All 3 trust banks trusted by Yanai family. Together with the trust bank name, the shareholding ratio is actually 75.59%. In the fiscal year ended August 18, it is calculated to obtain 35.2 billion yen dividend. The eldest son and the second son received dividends more than 2.1 billion yen. According to the 2018 Japanese Elders Bulletin summarized by U.S. economic magazine Forbes, the first place is Mr. Masayoshi Son SoftBank's 2,293 billion yen. The second place is Mr. Tadashi Yanai's 2,121 billion yen. Both have a large share of the company's own company that they started and are common in that the stock price is rising. The majority of Fastly shares are held down by the Yanai family. It is the same as SME in that it owns a company almost individually. It was not unrelated to the fact that those who were from large companies went off with a break and are the largest, strongest family company in Japan. It must have been unnoticed by people who grew up in the culture of a large corporation. While domestic apparel enterprises are struggling hard, Fastly is the one with a single win. In retail trade market capitalization ranking, as of the closing price on the 15th of October, first place is Fastly's 5,679.1 billion yen. which is a big difference from 4,240.7 billion yen in 7 and I holding second. Yanai aims for the world's largest apparel company. Sales of Inditex, Spain, the world's largest rival Zara business, reached 25.3 billion euros, about 3.4 trillion yen, in the fiscal year ending January 18, 2006. The second largest H&M brand Hennes & Mauritz, Sweden, sales in the November 2005 period is SKR 200 billion, about 2.6 trillion yen, and the difference with Fastry is large. Mr. Yanai will set a high target of 5 trillion yen in sales to achieve the world's best. This year it will finally come to Europe in full swing. Mr. Yanai in 18 years New Year's Day message for employees declared this. Prior to this, in the fall of 2005, it opened for the first time in Spain, home of Zara, the world leader. In addition, this August, it opened for the first time in Stockholm, Sweden, which is the knee of H&M. Europe is a demon for UNIQLO. It is an undeveloped land that is still only 5% of UNIQLO's worldwide sales, being forced to sharply reduce its business in the UK in the past. To raise the sales of 2 trillion yen to 5 trillion yen now, you need to do heavy lifting. Mr. Yanai will be 70 years old next February. He has suggested the possibility of retiring from the president at the age of 70. However, I am still unable to find a successor who can trust physical work. At last, Mr. Yanai declared that he was a founder and will not retire, he said. In the case that you cannot find the successor president who will succeed in your glasses, Mr. Yanai may be one of his sons as a guardian.